Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 560. I am Brian Kilby, back from the dead. I'm here. I'm back. I wasn't here last week. I don't remember why. Oh, work. I was stuck at work. But thanks to the intrepid crew here, and for Chris, who isn't here this week for hosting, we had a bang-up RFC. Except, like what did you guys get this week? Took like 2 hours, but that's okay. It was an interesting and fun 2 hours.
It was bang up like a train wreck. That's the kind of bang up it was.
But the thing is, it was about Transformers, and it was interesting, so I enjoyed it. And I only got 2 complaints about it, so that's pretty good.
Are you saying they normally aren't interesting?
Normally we have a lot more complaints than that.
Yeah, normally they're not 2 hours. But it was good. I enjoyed the show. I really did. I love not being on the show because I get to go back and listen, which is what I love about There Goes My Money, is I get to listen to it. It's really nice. So with me, we have Diecast, Eric Comeover. No, he gets here again. So crown over.
He can't comb it yet.
He can't. No, he can't.
I do have hair, but I can't actually comb it yet.
That'll go in about 5 years. Jason Kirk.
Hello.
Don.
Hey.
Rob.
Hi.
Not on video. Also not on video, Matt.
Hi.
And John, if he's there.
Yo.
John, how's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
It's going. It's going.
Well, see,
you never looked better. Oh, never mind. That's Cloud Rodimus.
Yeah. Well, see. I was going to say the reason Matt was so willing to volunteer to go offline so he could talk triplet with that Cloud Rodimus.
That's absolutely right. I was bothering him on Twitter this week, trying to get him to buy somebody's.
Does he still want one?
He doesn't want to buy one.
I mean, it's really nice.
Well, it's not like the Transformer Fairy is going to just magically gift him a Cloud Rodimus. I mean, these things don't happen.
But if there was a magical Transformers Fairy, it would give everyone a Cloud Rodimus.
If he waits 20 years, he might be able to get one close to cost.
Yeah.
Once the demand
this is
goes
close
away.
enough, though. I mean, what do you need?
They're not that close.
They're really not.
They're not that close at all.
No, this is still a really fine representation of Rodimus.
I won't argue that, but there's different versions of Rodimus, and if you're going for something slightly different, then Cloud Rodimus is a pretty good representation.
Yeah. It's kind of a shock again because I thought it was going to be crap. So, actually, speaking of thinking it was going to be crap, did anybody get anything this week?
No. Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, first off, Chris found Octane and Blitzwing at his local Walmart for $12 a piece. So he picked those up for me, and I like them both pretty well. Octane, I think, has better tolerances overall than Voyager, Spy Changer, Optimus Prime did, but it's like the chest plate. I swear that the pin is in at an angle, and it just doesn't sit quite right for the truck and jet modes. It's manageable, but just a little bit off. Otherwise, Blitzwing is okay, but just for whatever reason, all the little quirks of the design sit less well for me as Blitzwing than they did as Megatron, and I could not tell you why. And other than that, I also finally got Power of the Prime's Beachcomber and Windcharger today, and they're both pretty nice.
I like Beachcomber.
Yeah. Windcharger.
No, I say with Beachcomber, they got the blue right because blue is so hard to get right on a figure, and it's the perfect shade of blue.
Mm-hmm. Windcharger, I think, is decent. There's so much of him that is just a tiny chrome dome, and that is just weird. But I think, Beachcomber is definitely the better figure overall. Yeah,
I agree. Anybody else?
I did.
What'd you get?
First off, thanks to Ryan Kojacker, a longtime viewer. He sent me this.
Oh, nice. Cadbury screen bag.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, tfradio.net/Amazon. Got me a case of these. I am forcing myself to have one per day. How's that going? Not too good. But I am trying to have one per day. So thank you, Kojacker. Thank you, Ryan, for that. I appreciate it.
Did I ever tell you, like, in my younger years when I gave less of a crap about things like that, I wanted to reenact Cool Hand Luke, but with Cadbury eggs? That scene where he eats 50 hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah. Because this is one of the greatest candies ever made.
It's up there.
And it's just wonderful. The only thing that could be even better than this would be like if you sent me a case of Mallow Cups. I'm not asking. I can't have them. I shouldn't be having these, but I'm, awesome.
Let me go to add that to tfradio.net/Massey Attack real quick.
And thanks to everybody looking at my eBay sales and some Dononomics and everything. I picked up what I hope would be the last Megatron I ever get. YiJiang's slightly oversized Megamaster. And this is the one that includes the laser beak. That's the silencer.
Look, it's almost as big as Don.
Yeah, that's a big box.
And I cannot lie. Oh my god.
Wow. Oh man.
Don, we can't see you anymore.
Well,
we can see. We can see the
point.
figure.
We can't hear you. We can see it.
Okay, that was kind of the point. So yeah, it's between this, my Infinite Transformations Megatron, Despotron, Apollyon. I think I'm good on Megatrons. But yeah, it looks really nice. I can't wait to tear into it when I've got some time. I may even just wait and bring it down to Toylanta and show it off down
Try
there.
to sell it.
No, I Dononomics my butt off for this.
He's just going to he'll try and sell the Thermidor for like $40 while he's down there and hope that he finds another one.
I do the other Megatrons.
But yeah, that's all I got because I have been fruitlessly searching every store in my area for anything Power of the Primes, and apparently every Walmart in the world is getting them but mine. So
yeah, mine doesn't have them either.
Okay.
The deluxes have already sold through on mine. I went back to check.
Boo.
Wow.
Because I'm really worried about those one per casers.
Yeah. I'll go next. So I wasn't here last week and I don't have it. It's in a box somewhere. I got Stinger. Stinger is somewhere in a box, but
I'm sorry.
That's not Stinger. It's a ringer.
It's a ringer. Today I got G2 Megatron.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wrong.
It's the wrong color, yeah.
It's the wrong G2 Megatron.
Purple is never the wrong color.
But according to the comic,
right.
Isn't he technically Beast Wars Megatron? I think that's what they say in the Legends comic.
I haven't read
I'm not
the
sure.
translation, and
Yeah, because on Moonbase 2, that I believe that's what Mikey was saying is not actually G2 Megatron. It's actually Beast Wars Megatron.
well, that makes me like it better then.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense with the mini with the little
Noble
big
Savage.
yeah.
plus I also got MP-10B, the Black Optimus Prime, Black Convoy.
Ooh.
I really like the paint job on that.
Yeah, me too. I have a hard time though, canonically, like applying this to anything other than it just being a Black Optimus Prime, because it's not Black Convoy, it's G1 Optimus. So it's just this weird misfit, but it's a very pretty misfit. And it was cheap from Amazon Japan.
Don, what is that thing?
It's
That
beautiful.
Bathing Ape, right?
No, this is
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Yeah. This is the Evangelion colored Optimus Prime.
That is the one that I want.
Yeah, it's a KO because I could not afford the $500 that the regular set brings. But I have seen high quality KOs with the trailer for about $179 to $199 versus the $500 for the real ones.
So in the chat, Rodimus Supreme says that Sean and he have determined that he's a cloud repaint of Rob Springer. I don't think have we met in person? I know you live in the area. If not, we should meet up at some point so I can determine if you are in fact a cloud repaint of Rob Springer. So basically a cloud repaint of Rob Springer would have to start off as, what would that be? That would have to start off as Octane.
Depends. That wave was all over the place.
Gosh. Something.
Well, I think of Rob Springer. I think like Battle Unicorn. Mythical. You never saw it that often, and when it shows up, it usually is interesting.
So, he's like Battle Unicorn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what Rob Springer would be. Maybe like the I know. He would be like the Death Star. The Death Star, basically given another head and a different paint job, and you have Rob Springer. Because you love Star Wars.
Or the Death Star crossover figure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. He's because Rob is so Rob's a big dude. So I was thinking, what's the biggest Star Wars Transformers figure? That's it. He said, "No, we've never met, Brian. Other than your window. I mean, what?"
That's not creepy at all.
I do worry about that sometimes.
Well played.
That's funny. Okay, let's see. Anybody else get anything?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you get?
All right. Well, first, real quick, since Matt's off video and doesn't have anything, I did get Bebop and some foot soldiers.
Nobody
cares.
Not Transformers.
However,
but they're fun.
They are fun,
right? Because Chris is a terrible person, and even though he's not here, that still holds true.
Consistency.
Finally got a Cogman.
Oh, nice.
Off of Amazon.
Right.
How much?
Awesome.
33.
That's about to go in price.
Well, and the thing is, I keep hearing that it's worth for Void or Deluxe. It's worth 33. So I will find out when I practice.
It's very nice.
Foil.
The paint apps on it are great.
It looks great in the packaging. I can't wait to actually play with the figure.
It's just always sad that they always put the good figures towards the end of the wave, and the waves are like, well, you may see it sometime, somewhere.
And I would have had a lot more stuff, but FedEx is terrible, and who knows when it'll finish driving around a circle 2 hours away from me for the last 3 days and actually, get to my hub.
So go ahead.
I say, don't be like what happened one time is somebody we know in our circles was getting a monitor, and they threw the monitor over the fence.
I remember that story.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember the story. But,
It's been told on here before.
Was that Diecast?
Yeah. Benny.
Oh, Ben. Poor Ben.
Oh, yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. Now I really remember it.
Hey, so you mentioned Chris. Chris isn't here. I know he received at least one package, if not two, from DHL this week, and he was having the hardest time with DHL. So, of course, my two orders from Amazon Japan, which was Megatron and Convoy, both shipped. I think Megatron shipped Saturday, and I got it Tuesday. Optimus. But Megatron shipped Monday, and I got it today from Japan. So, I'm still constantly amazed that they're able to do that.
Yeah, when DHL works right, they work very well. It's just that their ratio of incidents is far higher than it should be.
Yeah,
just as KFC in Europe.
Yeah, yeah. That's like FedEx in my area. FedEx, I always have problems with, and I know in other areas people never have problems with FedEx.
I never have problems with FedEx.
Yeah, but it's a constant.
I would rather use UPS. FedEx is not that great around here.
And I have a great time with UPS, and I know a lot of people have issues with UPS.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with UPS.
So yeah, but DHL came through for me. Sorry, Chris, but he got the clone set. He got two of the clone set, and I don't know why.
Well, because everybody loves
clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I guess he also got Megatron, didn't he, Rob? He was going to, I thought.
I don't think he got Megatron, but I know the Paladin did send him some Terminator Mega Blocks.
And I had no idea that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Anybody else? John, did you get anything?
Nope, didn't get anything.
Any Tao?
I got-
Nope. Eric?
I got the Wave 2 Legends. My Purdue Transformers friend, the only one I have here, he went out hunting and he found them. He found two of each. So I got Battletrap and Tailgate.
Excellent.
And
nice.
he found one Ripper Snapper, but he was the one that was out, so obviously that was his. So I was bummed that he got a deluxe and I didn't, but I was really happy. I love Battletrap, but I really love Tailgate. I think it's because I was just looking forward to Battletrap, and I kind of forgot that Windcharger's a good toy, and now I have it in white and blue. I really, really like it a lot. So
Well, I think with Tailgate, with his colors being a little more accurate to the character, that's helping people's perception of it being better than what they were thinking. Because Windcharger, for all being a good figure, the color being not quite right could be a throw off?
Yeah. Actually, I'm checking now. Did anybody else get a notification from BBTS that their Prime Master Wave 2 set came in? Or did anybody else order it? Because I got mine came today.
Mine wasn't from BBTS. I don't know.
I didn't order from BBTS.
I ordered from Captured Prey, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably should have. I really like Orson. I don't really have a personal relationship with anybody at BBTS, so I probably shouldn't use Orson more. But yeah, so those came in today. I need to actually ship my pile of loot. Right now, what I have in my pile of loot, Ripper Snapper. Oh, no, not Ripper Snapper. My pile of loot currently has Legends Bumblebee, Legends Slugslinger, the Autobot clones from Legends, and the Prime Master set. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to ship it all. Okay. Anybody else get anything? Going once? Going twice? Okay, this week in history. I happen to close out the show notes. So this week in history, what I did is, because it's February 28th, but it's not a leap year, I thought, well, what happened on February 29th in history? Certainly something interesting must have happened. February 29th, 2008. The BotCon 2008, the Shattered Glass set sells out. That's pretty early for a sellout. Is it not?
Yeah.
So there was hype around that, but why?
Well, this was the first time they had actually done a mirror kind of look at the Transformers universe, and it was something really new and interesting that they were pushing, and it was just a definite. It was a new thing they were trying. The only set that I think sold out faster than this was the Games of Deception set.
So let's see here. I didn't go to this BotCon because that was the year I got married. And I can't remember. Where was 09? Is that in San Diego? John, where was 09 at? Do you remember?
I can't. How could we ever find out?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying.
I want to say Florida.
That was like one of the last 2 or 3 BotCons that I missed, and I don't regret
California.
California. So I missed all the California BotCons. I wouldn't have gone to it anyway because I was getting married. But yeah, I missed that one. God, that means this is my 10th year anniversary. That means I probably need to get a better gift than normal. What do you get somebody for their 10th anniversary?
A cruise.
Your everlasting love.
She has that. She wants something better. A cruise.
Jewelry. Yep.
I hate jewelry. I mean, she doesn't, but I do. It seems like a waste of money.
She would love if you booked a cruise.
Well, I'd like to point out you're not buying the gift for you, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll get her a Homer bowling ball. What I'll do is I'll get her a Grand Maximus.
I was going to say a mint sealed in box Grand Max. She'll love it.
Yeah,
that's what's nice about a cruise.
Go ahead and get her a great shot too, just to make sure.
Yeah, your 10th and final anniversary.
So we were talking about doing an RFC for those of us who wanted to go, like do an RFC cruise. We should do that.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
That would be so cool.
Let's do it. Kim would not mind if we. I mean, I'm not even joking. Kim wouldn't mind if we all went on a cruise together.
No, she would love it.
As long as it wasn't a Transformers cruise, it was just us.
As long as it's not a Transformers cruise. We've been talking for years about trying to get friends together to go do that. Like, in all seriousness, we should do it.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a Transformers
The only
cruise?
time I go on vacation
was.
is when I hang out with you guys anyway. So
I know, right? Yeah, we should do that. That would be a lot of fun. She didn't want to go to the Chris Jericho cruise. I couldn't talk her into that one. Or the Star Wars cruise.
Okay, but what if we all go to the Chris Jericho one?
No, she still wouldn't go.
Okay, who's Chris Jericho?
He's a wrestler and a rock star.
Okay.
The greatest of all time.
Lead man of Fozzy.
Yeah, I really like Fozzy. It's legitimately a good band. It's a good band.
Yeah.
Happenstance,
good band.
Happenstance is a great album. That's what it's got. To Kill a Stranger. All that. Yeah. It's a good album.
I prefer his wrestling works.
Yeah, well.
They also do a fantastic ABBA cover. Is it Mamma Mia? or
I think
can't
it
remember
is.
which one.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
I think so.
It's good. They do a great job with it.
So people
No,
watching
it's SOS.
SOS.
Yes, it is. Thank you, John.
So people listening on the podcast and watching the video version, there's not a lot of news to talk about.
So wait, did somebody say there was a Transformers cruise?
No, there's not.
I thought
There was a news story that they were doing that, and I think a My Little Pony one before.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Kim said no
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
When I think of a Transformers cruise, I'm not thinking of like a HasCon style event where Hasbro's pulling it together. I'm thinking of like, BotCon 2001 on a boat.
Yeah, Bakan on a boat.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm on a boat.
Why didn't they do a BotCon on a boat?
Oh God.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, they did one at Disney World that's equally as expensive.
Yeah, the BotCon at
Probably more so.
the BotCon at
Yeah.
Disney World was ridiculous.
It would be so great because I'm sure the cruise line would leave all your toys in the room. So as soon as you get on the ship and you go in your room, there's all your BotCon toys. And you're like,
Ooh.
yeah, I don't have to wait in line.
That would be amazing.
And you
Actually,
never
that's-
leave your room the rest of the week.
That's a good
like
point.
this plan. I like this plan.
I like this plan too. It's a great idea. Okay, let's jump to the big item for the week, which is the Transformers Generation fan vote result was announced. So, was this
Much to no one's surprise, it's
Yeah.
Impactor versus
Did you
Mirage.
guys? Did you guys see the art that I did for the show?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Yeah. Surprise! Not really. So for those who were under a rock for the last couple weeks, I guess at Toy Fair, the Hasbro event, Hasbro announced that they were going to do a fan vote for 3 different versus their sets, right? It'll be a 2-pack.
Two packs, yeah.
Gosh, it was Needle Nose.
Wheeljack versus Spinister.
Yeah.
Needle Nose versus Trax because they're brothers in
Yeah.
the comics. And Impactor versus Mirage.
And Impactor versus Mirage 1.
Yay.
Surprise, surprise.
That's what I voted for.
And
so.
I think we actually said in the last couple years that we never thought Hasbro would ever do an Impactor.
Yeah.
And guess what?
I mean, other than that horrible Fall of Cybertron repaint thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which even I was amazed we even got that.
Yeah, that's
I wish I could afford some of the some of the Fun Pub stuff because that Impactor from Rook is something I might actually be interested in at some point.
I like it.
Well,
Yeah, it's nice.
But I'm sure this
spoil-
Impactor will be better.
Yes, he's a leg for my Combiner Wars Thunderclash right now.
yeah.
I honestly can't say for sure, Diecast, because I think Rook is a pretty great toy.
It's an
Spoiler, it'll-
okay combiner figure, is what I would say.
It's an okay limb, but I think it's a pretty solid action figure in and of itself. Myself,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, without combining, it's awesome.
So we're getting
Yeah.
we're getting a mainline Impactor and an official Tarn. What else is left? That I mean, anything is possible at this point.
The electric chair. We
I
need to
mean,
get
anything that's G1 is possible.
I mean,
'Cause,
I think anything
like-
is possible.
yeah.
Tarn is not G1.
Well, no, I don't mean Tarn.
He's
but-
Neo G1.
Yeah, but he's still not getting a main line yet. Although I hope he does. I feel like they could fit him in pretty easy because, as you said, he's Neo G1. But
They quickly put Drift in.
I'll
but
tell you what is possible. Hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
I gleefully trolled Diecast with that over the weekend or over the week.
We all did.
Yeah, that was
I
so
don't.
much
I
fun.
don't think Beast Wars is possible anymore. After the
You
fan
were
vote.
probably right.
But as a spoiler, the Mirage will actually be the Classics Mirage. So just
That's a good Mirage, thoa
That is
Yeah,
a
I know,
very
I'm
good
just- I'm just saying, it would be a good reuse of the mold. Maybe slightly tweak the colors or something. But I can see them using that over.
I hope they don't reuse it. I want a new Mirage, but I want a Masterpiece Mirage, but I'm not getting that.
Yeah,
anytime
because
soon.
Cybertronian
that mold is
Mirage.
12 years old now. I imagine it's crumbled into dust.
And I mean, it's not efficient in the
possible.
modern design sense. It's not hollow
Well,
enough.
Well, Brian, you've got Spinks, so at least you've got a good stand-in until then, at least.
Yeah, I mean, Sphinx is nice. I mean, really. But it's still. I look at it and I know it's not a real
Well, the good
Transformer.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't Sphinx, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's an excellent toy.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
It's not show appropriate. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
Has that ever?
I was going to compare it to something third party.
Is this post-show content?
Yeah.
TFRadio.net/live.
It's a comparison between post-show and
Don typed in our internal chat on Skype. He's learning. That is great.
Your discretion is definitely appreciated, Diecast.
Yes.
So if I'm a little more animated than normal, I just drank a cup of double caffeinated coffee that I made with twice the amount of coffee grinds as normal. So I feel really good right now. Oh man.
Aye.
Yeah, I need to buy another box or another bag of Death Wish coffee. Okay.
The next story is related to this one.
Yeah, so in that Hasbro, the fan vote, there was a Q&A, and an interesting detail was offered in part of the discussion, which was in respect to YiJiang. And was this a John Warden? Did John Warden mention this, or was this somebody else?
What was the comment?
Yeah,
I don't know if this comment for the Q&A for the fan vote was specifically John Warden, but I think he was the one who at Toy Fair had mentioned that they'd been looking at some of the Cybertronian stuff from the original cartoon, like More Than Meets the Eye and War Dawn and Rebirth for inspiration.
Yeah, so the question was, why not another YiJiang figure? Why another YiJiang figure? We recently got him, and it says YiJiang is one of the few Autobots whose Cybertronian vehicle alt mode is seen in the original, and it says 1084, but they mean 1984 pilot episode of the Transformers. This version has never been created in toy form. So basically, the idea is, hey, yeah, War for Cybertron is probably going to be borrowing heavily from what we know about the Cybertronian modes as they appeared in G1.
So then why did they put YiJiang in the fan vote poll? Why is he not a mainline focus?
He should be. He should be mainline.
That's going to be kind of interesting. I wonder if we're going to end up with all three of the 1984 people they mentioned and the other
then
characters.
What's the point of the vote?
The point of
the one that isn't 1984.
Exactly. Yeah. Those three characters are being planned anyway, and this was just going to decide who shows up in a 2-pack with somebody that the design team didn't actually want to do.
I'm still glad Impactor won. That it is a 2-pack? Because I was looking around.
Yes, it was. It was.
Okay.
Warden specifically said it's a 2-pack.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I was hoping it would be. Because that leaves more room in the main line.
Well, yeah, because of course they weren't very clear about it as usual. So it had to be.
We know it's a 2-pack, but we don't know the scale, right? Or do we know the scale?
Deluxe.
So this is the first time we've had a 2-pack of deluxes since what? Universe?
Yeah, before I was collecting.
Before you were born.
Prime.
Oh yeah, Prime.
Yeah.
Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
Prime.
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
If you count it, I mean, it was a exclusive.
Well, Brian, if you mean just deluxes in general, the Orion packs and War for Cybertron Prime were both deluxes.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking specifically was
line.
Well, yeah, but they're only doing the one. So if they were doing all three, what I was thinking would make sense. But they're not. They're just doing the one. So yeah, that's perfectly apropos, Don. Yeah, it's a special one-off. I was thinking back to when we had the Versus sets from whatever it was that came out years ago.
I think that was Universe, and weren't they deluxes and Voyagers paired generally?
I thought it was 2 deluxes, but I'd have to go back.
The Rodimus and Cyclonus one was 2 deluxes because I got that one.
Yeah, Battle in Space. Yeah.
And then there was the junk set with the 2 Junkions and Hot Rod again, if you count that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that'll be interesting. Who have we seen Cybertronian mode?
Bumblebee, YiJiang, Jazz, the Seeker, Soundwave, Laserbeak.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shockwave, but he was still in his laser gun form. So
we feel probably they're only drawing from the cartoon and not from the comic.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
and everybody from the season 3.
what I would love to see would be like them trying to somehow incorporate naturally occurring like nuts and gears or whatever it was that evolved into Transformers per the comics.
Did y'all say? Did y'all say Laserbeak?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because
I mean, he still transformed into pretty much a tape, but his robot mode looked different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't look like a vulture straight up.
So funny enough, when I saw this video when John Worden announced the winner, when I glanced away and forgot that it was up, and I thought it was Adrian Paul, and it was like a Highlander convention. And I mean, I could see John. Though John is younger than Adrian Paul, but I think Adrian Paul probably looks kind of like John Worden now, at least in this video.
Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there before we move on. If we're getting Tetra Jets based on the G1, cartoon styling, I want Rainmakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they'll have to borrow from somewhat from the engineering of the Fall of Cybertron figures, because otherwise those will just be the most boring figures possible in my mind.
I know. I'm really curious to see how it turns out. I'm kind of scared for those.
I'm scared for those. Don.
Yeah, and I just thought of this, Brian. If we're talking about G1 that we've seen, don't forget War Dawn. We've seen Dion.
Yeah.
We've seen the Decepticon trucks. We've seen the Decepticon warriors.
You're really pushing for those truck Decepticons, Don.
Well, I'm just saying if they're looking for Cybertronian modes that they've seen, and I think there's a partial little bit of a frame when Dion pulls up that Ariel's in a vehicle mode, but you don't see more than just like a fender or something like that. It's the really small piece.
Isn't there a flashback in Fighter Flea, Don, that shows some Cybertronian mode?
That's season 3. I don't go watch season 3 on a regular basis just for self-preservation issues.
Okay, it's a great episode though.
It's a great episode.
I mean, Omega Supreme is a Cybertronian design too, so he could be a Titan at some point throughout the trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, vaguely.
And they are going to need a Titan, and since nobody wants Unicron, I mean, I guess we do.
We just want Seacons.
So going back to the Omega Supreme thing, I thought that too originally, but Omega Supreme debuted on the series as Omega Supreme. So any reference to the Guardian robots that showed up in later episodes were based off of Omega Supreme, and there was no Cybertronian mode, right, that was assigned to it. So
that was the Cybertronian mode.
I was going to say he's not.
The Guardian robots never transformed.
So it's kind of like the thought that Omega Supreme's mode is a Cybertronian mode it's kind of hand waving, because I mean it's also his Earth mode, and in season 1 and season 2 they pretty much just stick with the Earth mode. So we're just assuming that's the Cybertronian.
I mean,
mode.
it's like Shockwave.
No, in the episode, the flashback episode with Omega and the Constructicons, I'm pretty sure he transformed.
Does he?
Yeah.
And Brian, there is.
Go ahead,
Rob.
Okay. Wasn't Omega Supreme one of the 3 choices the year that we voted for Triptychon?
Yep.
Yeah.
You mean the year that I voted for Scorponok? Yes.
Yeah, well, so did I. But no, I was just remembering that basically at the time they said, you're just deciding what order we do these guys in. We want to do them all. So I think Omega Supreme, given the theme.
And then we got Triptychon, and then we got Predaking.
What happened to my Unicron they hinted at?
After the sequence.
So, before you go, Don, let me just say this. I guess my point is anything that's not just a clearly obvious take on an Earth vehicle, we're assuming is a Cybertronian vehicle. Go ahead, Don.
Now this is a stretch, and I will freely admit it, but it is Cybertronian. The aerial bots in their cargo shuttle modes before they were rebuilt
they weren't the aerial bots.
I know, but I'm just saying they could if they get. I'm just saying though, we did see some of them in those their Cybertronian shuttles, what they were built into, so they could do aerial bots on. again, I'm just
Don,
saying
so
that.
Don, remind me of the episode. Remind me what happened because it's not coming to mind clearly. It's been 25 years
Key to
since I
Vector
watched this.
Sigma.
Yes.
Part 1.
Yeah,
It's been 25 years since I've watched the Key to Vector Sigma.
Yeah, the
What's
Key to
wrong
Vector
with
Sigma. You've seen it's season 2. He hates season 2. The aerial bots were built from the cargo shuttles, but you have to wonder that because Silverbolt tells Optimus, on Cybertron, I was just a low-level cargo shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
So he remembers being a cargo shuttle. How do we know they weren't Transformers in stasis lock or powered down or something?
That's a good point.
Because
So we-
they had
we
to
mu-
use Vector Sigma to give them personalities.
Yeah. So yeah, good point. There you go. But still, the thing is, even if they were cargo shuttles and we don't know that they were Transformers, why wouldn't a Transformer transform into that? I mean, why would you have?
Because they weren't Transformers yet.
Yeah, but Don, where I was going was Starscream's brigade for whatever reason, and
Yeah.
yeah. So there you go. That what you're saying makes sense. But I could.
I would like better Cybertronian Combaticons than what we got.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Well, I mean, we would have to get, in my mind, the Combaticons in the form that they existed on Cybertron before they were imprisoned.
Yeah.
And you could also say DEFCON, because I don't think he would be changing his vehicle mode around that much if he's a bounty hunter. So that could be a Cybertronian mode as well.
Yeah, that's fair. But I guess given that Sandstorm is effectively in a Cybertronian mode, but that's a very Cybertronian like dune buggy or whatever he is. Okay. Next item in the news. We have Bumblebee the movie and G1. Jada, is that the brand?
Yeah.
Jada.
Jada.
Yeah, Jada, Jada, yeah.
So we're getting 1/24th scale diecast vehicles. And I know Diecast, you love like scale vehicles. You prefer them when they transform, but as a car nut, these are sort of your things. You prefer like what, 1/18th scale though?
Yeah, originally that's what I was into, the 1/18 scale, which is a little bit bigger. But 1/24 scale is nice because you can fit a lot more.
So looking at this, this is obviously they're licensing these from different people. So what I'm seeing is obviously some Marvel stuff, which doesn't make sense, but it's one of those Hot Wheels. Oh, does that mean that these people have the license now instead of Hot Wheels?
No, they can license in all different scales.
Okay. But they obviously we see Bumblebee. We see Optimus Prime, both G1 and the movie, which I love that G1 Optimus. I need that. Yep. There's another VW Bug that is...
Gee, that looks awful like the one that we have in color.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what that is. But what I see here that makes my day is Kit from Knight Rider.
Yep. I was going to call it out if you
That's
didn't.
the one I want right there.
And Ecto 1.
But will they have car?
I want car. And there's Peter Cullen. There's a Transformers connection right there.
There's no mask toys in that? Jeez.
Yeah. I want the Knight automated roving robot. So, he would come with Garth. So he would have a little goatee. So, okay. Makes me sad. One of my favorite podcasts was talking about Knight Rider recently, and they got so much of it wrong, and it hurt my heart. Ooh. It's one of those times where I found myself talking back to a podcast that I wasn't on.
Yeah, I do that.
Hurt my heart. Because they were trying to explain who Garth was. And I'm like, that's not who he is. He was Knight's son. Michael Knight's face was he was injured, and they did plastic surgery and made him look like Garth. And my heart hurt.
At least they didn't call him Wayne.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Wayne.
But yeah, so do we know when these are coming out? It says 2018.
Sometime.
Yeah.
Probably towards the end of the year, since that other VW Bug has to be for the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, so if the line is called Hollywood Rides, and I will be picking up at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I can't tell what the top right 2 are, though. Can you tell what they are?
Is that the Cars symbol?
Is that Cars?
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, I think so. One's lightning.
So then I don't care. And
Yeah.
And
I'll
there's,
probably be getting 5.
and the bottom
I'm
right,
definitely getting Deadpool's taco truck
and the
too.
bottom right is from an anime, right? Is that
Yes.
what is that?
Initial D. Never seen it, but I've heard the title.
Okay.
Hmm.
So for whatever reason, I thought that was from what was that NES game where you're a spy?
Spy Hunter?
No, the one the Moffat conspiracy or the Moffat conspiracy.
Oh, the Golgo 13
Golgo
sequel.
13, yeah, the series. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. But that's not what that is.
I was thinking GoldenEye, and I thought that can't be right.
No, Don, that was about 10 years later.
And Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we got going on? Okay. Did you guys last week talk about how Toys R Us was closing 200 more stores?
No.
I
Not
thought-
last week. We talked about it the week before, I think.
Yeah.
No, it came up. The 200 more stores the stores have actually not been announced yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Just
might
the
have
fact-
mentioned that last week.
I thought it came up after the show.
Okay, so it was announced that Toys R Us was going to close an additional 200 stores, that's not good. That means probably at least one of my local Toys R Us's is going away. But Toys R Us UK enters administration, so I don't know how all of that works outside of the United States. But it sounds like this is something related to bankruptcy.
Well, they had to
It's-
stop selling on the website, so something's crazy.
And they're advising
Yeah.
customers to spend their gift cards now.
Yeah, they're not saying that the stores are closing or when the stores are closing or if the stores are closing, but you probably want to go ahead and spend your gift cards and vouchers. So
That's a big old
Again, this is Toys R Us
Yeah.
UK.
yes,
right
this
now.
is only Toys R Us UK so far. It's hard to say what bearing, if any, this is going to have on the situation in the U.S.
Is Toys R Us UK a separate entity, or is it the same entity?
it's a separate. It's
Pretty sure it's a separate company, like a
like a
subsidiary.
sister company.
Okay.
Is it a sister company, and then it's just governed by different rules because it's outside of the U.S., I believe.
Yeah, I don't know how
but-
Toys R Us is organized, but I
Yeah.
know that other retailers, they're all one company, and they may view like another country as a different region.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, plus, I mean, the EU has such different laws too that to try to run the same company between America and UK is almost impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So we have in-hand photos of Studio Series leader Grimlock. When Diecast posted the photos from Toy Fair, this was basically the most popular photo. Everybody loves the leader class.
Not
Grimlock.
everybody.
Well,
Not
everybody but Matt loves the leader class Grimlock.
It's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we should have got for Age of Extinction.
It's not I'm not a fan of the movies, but that looks nice.
It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
And I can't rightly say that it's what we should have gotten for Age of Extinction because just about every movie toy, because of the production time involved that Hasbro does for anything, not just Transformers, follows basically the same pattern of it will be accurate the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go off concept art. Like Optimus
Mm-hmm.
Prime for Age of Extinction. Those toys for the night mode, obviously not evasion mode Prime, but those toys were very different too.
Had the wrong forearms, didn't it?
So John, are you there? Is John there?
here.
So do you see the photo that I'm showing right now?
Yeah.
That reminds me of your MySpace photo.
I don't know if I'm worried or flattered.
John, I've mentioned this before, at least on the show that John and I do, Get the Skinny. John's MySpace photo just used to be a picture of his rippling back muscles.
Yeah, it was
This
on
is
this
when
week's
everybody
episode.
says, "What was MySpace?"
Exactly.
Grandpa, tell me about
I was-
MySpace.
I was just
Yeah.
about to ask if MySpace still exists.
I had a friend on there named Tom.
Yeah, I think I did too.
He was my first friend.
Do you know what MySpace is, Eric?
Is it like old Facebook?
It's like old Facebook.
Yeah,
Basically.
kinda.
That's accurate, yeah.
Yeah. Man, this was a nice looking toy. Even though I hate movie designs, this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really
It
is
is pretty.
nice.
It is pretty spiffy.
We also have Voyager Optimus Prime in hand photos as well. I haven't formed an opinion on it so much.
The photos I saw are these ones that are outdoors.
Yeah.
They look really nice to me.
I like the colors.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it had to do a lot with the background as well, but I think I like the toy as well too.
I mean, it was easy to look over the Optimus Prime. Not look over, just look
overlook.
past
Overlook.
it when it was on the table with all the other stuff. Because first it's a Voyager, which to me, I want a leader. Optimus Prime. He's a leader. I want him in leader scale.
Well, it's because they're doing it for him from the forest fight, and I don't think they want to do
I'll
every
take
single
you
character
all
from the,
on.
Yeah, they don't want to do every single character
Give
from the
me
forest
your
fight in
face.
leader scale, so that's why.
Yeah, it's just kind of
That was
I mean, my
9 years ago.
personal thing.
That was 9 years ago, guys.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm just happy he doesn't have stickers like he did at Toy Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, those are definitely tampons.
Hey, so question. This is not about this. And Eric, you don't answer because I know what you're going to say. My Walmart has Leader Megatron on clearance for $35. Should I get it?
Actually, you didn't read what I said in the chat before. I just said his jet mode's good. I don't like the toy that much.
Oh, really?
Just his jet mode is amazing. Like, beautiful. He's one of the only Transformers I just keep in his alt mode. Yeah, I don't like his...
No, I didn't realize that. I thought that Eric really liked the...
Over the leader, I think that's pretty telling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Voyager. I mean, I really like the Voyager, but...
It's not nearly as good as the Voyager.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your honest feedback. Let's see here. So, Masterpiece MP-40 Targetmaster Hot Rod in-hand photos with comparison to MP-28. To be completely honest, guys, I thought this was already out.
Yeah,
And
me too.
Boy,
Yeah.
can you tell that Firebolt was designed to go with the larger Rodimus figure.
So here they are
I-
side by side.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
look at him on the hood. It's
Wow. Yeah, good catch, Rob. Wow.
those Rodimuses are definitely they're different shades of purple.
yeah.
Red.
I like the maroon. I do like the maroon. It looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the most epic fail of repaint potential, like in a long time.
More so than like the anime versions of like the Sideswipe and everything.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been in G2 Magenta, definitely.
Oh my god, I finally found the photo. That is ridiculous. Oh my god, that is terrible. Oh my god. People not watching the video, listeners, how can I describe this?
As big as
Very
the hood.
front heavy.
Imagine, gosh.
My gun's bigger than yours.
My gun is my hood.
It's
I
bigger than
can't
his
see
hood.
out the window because
Take-
my gun's in the way.
Okay, so take like a really large, like one of the large coolers that somebody would take out on a picnic and put that on the hood of a go-kart. It's something, I guess it's just absurd how freaking large Firebolt is.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You imagine recoil on that?
yeah, first recoil, yeah. Imagine if somebody was trying to drive Hot Rod with that on there. You couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Well, remember, he sees out of his headlights in car mode, so...
Well, I mean, no, a person driving.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd have to have like a camera in the headlights or something. Yeah, that's a driving hazard. That's crazy. Oh my god. Let me check and see if I have that on pre-order. Let me cancel that.
I know I don't.
I mean,
So
I don't
Now,
know.
if you want something a little that's not in the show notes that's crazy, check what I put out in the link.
Okay, Don. Let me look. I'm seriously. I'm checking Amazon Japan real quick to make sure I don't have it on pre-order.
This is one of the rare times where we can actually save Kilby some money.
why do we want to do
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Though?
Yeah, Dawn, there was new in-hand images of that in the news this week.
I'm hoping I can find one cheaper than that because that's
Oh crap. Okay, so
Well, looking on eBay is never a good idea.
So we
I'm
It's-
just
Very
saying
true.
I'm just saying it's shipping now apparently. So
Oh.
we talked before about how much we wanted MP-711, which is the Takara Tomi's masterpiece. 711 designed Optimus Prime. So it's 269 pounds, not weight. That's British pounds, which is about $373. Which it's just absurd to me that the exchange rate is where it is now.
Yeah,
the exchange rate to the pound used to be much different than that.
But I'll be honest, the green highlights really help that stand out.
It's beautiful.
It looks magnificent. Have you seen the new in-hand images that came out? Like, was it today?
Because actually, I think like the Unicron lamp, I've kind of just blocked that out on never having one. So
he is the watermelon matrix. It's beautiful.
And there's the money.
Yeah, there goes my money.
Yes, we save you $50 on Hot Rod. You can pick up 7-Eleven Optimus.
7-Eleven Optimus is so freaking nice.
It is.
I need it.
It's just, and see, it's just the base Ultra Magnus body, but it's just the green highlights, and it just looks.
And he has a 7-Eleven employee. His minifigure. It's a guy in a 7-Eleven uniform.
Is it? Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
the Matrix looks like a watermelon. I wasn't even kidding. The Matrix looks like a watermelon. The colors, it's pretty fun.
Interesting.
That's amazing. Okay.
Well, when his troops are under attack and he shows up, they can say, "Oh, thank heaven, it's 7-Eleven."
Ah.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I had to. Someone had to.
Hey, so let's go ahead and talk about this. One, thank you, Amazon. We very much appreciate you for being amazing and offering our listeners amazing deals, such as a free trial, 7-day free trial to CBS All Access, which Kim has been binge watching Blue Bloods just like Don does on CBS All Access. It's Don's favorite show, and it's pretty much Kim's favorite show. But tfradio.net/CBS. Start your 7-day free trial. It's $9.99 a month after that. Totally worth it. You can binge watch Star Trek Discovery. There's another. Hey, I like Star Trek Discovery. There's another show on there. It's called The Good Fight or something. It's like a
Good Wife spinoff. Yeah,
it's a Good Wife spinoff. It's a courtroom procedural that Kim's been watching, and I've actually been watching it a little bit too, and I don't hate it. So it's kind of amazing that I can say that I don't hate something that she's watching. But you have access to, I know, right? You have access to every episode of Star Trek, every episode of The Twilight Zone. I've been a member of CBS All Access since it started, and I know a lot of people aren't like the craziest about it, but I'm a big fan. tfradio.net/CBS. Also, we updated the Massey Attack wish list with Mallow Cups earlier in the show. So if you want to buy Don some Mallow Cups, tfradio.net/Massey Attack.
I appreciate the Mallow Cups, but I really can't have them. But thank you, though.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to whoever it was that bought a computer this week. I love you.
Ooh, wow.
I'm half betting it was John.
Wow.
But if it was a listener, I love you even more. So, tfradio.net/Amazon. Buy whatever, toilet paper, toothpaste. I recently bought caffeinated toothpaste. It's amazing. tfradio.net/Amazon. So,
and I think we've mentioned before, we can see what you buy, but not who you are. So if you want to buy something ridiculous and see if we end up mentioning it on the show, go for it.
Make sure it's safe for work, because I have noted some stuff before that wasn't safe for work, and I couldn't talk about it on the show, but I hope you had a great time with that. So Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, this week on TFormers, Chris reviewed Optimus Prime Annual 2018, which is Starscream the movie. Thundercracker gets basically commissioned by Starscream to create a movie about his life, and it is a lot of fun. It references various points in the recent continuity, but you don't really need to know that much to follow along. And it's just a nice, entertaining standalone story, and I recommend it. I reviewed Optimus Prime number 16, The Falling Part 2, which is also an excellent issue. This one you kind of do need to be caught up on the current continuity to really get the most out of it, but it's another Kei Zama and Josh Burcham issue, and they do absolutely fantastic work together. Also, we have my third entry in the brands of Transformers. This week it's Nerf. They haven't done a lot of Transformers products, but there's a few, and of course they were the inspiration for probably my favorite Megatron toy.
So Rob, real quick. So I've missed this series. That was the first one that I've noticed. Tell us what the brands of Transformers is, real quick.
Okay, the brands of Transformers is just like short histories of the various brands that have been absorbed by Hasbro over the years and that have done Transformers products and contributed to Transformers without maybe being associated with Transformers as strongly as the Hasbro name itself is. Words. Anyway, the first two installments were Play School, which that's left a pretty big mark on Transformers with Rescue Bots, and
were GoBots also Play School?
They were actually Tonka.
Tonka, okay.
Yeah, the just weirdness between the divisions at the time, I think, but. And installment number 2 was Kenner, which of course
makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah, left a heck of a mark on Transformers.
So let's see here. So Kenner did Machine Wars, Beast Wars as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kenner officially dissolved around Beast Machines before Beast Machines?
Yeah, 2000. I think Beast Machines was like the first line to be officially developed internally at Hasbro, I think.
Okay. Since G2.
Yeah. Also, we've got some concept art for Titans Return Loudmouth, who they very much changed the face from this original line art. It's really kind of interesting to see. Kind of looks like, weird expression notwithstanding, they originally had Loudmouth and Nightbeat's faces switched to match their media representations. And lastly, we've got David Kaye reprising his role as Beast Wars Megatron in a Robot Chicken video clip that I have not seen yet.
Oh, it's great, Rob.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty amazing. It
It
really
is magnificent.
It's amazing.
Is that the one with the pan? Is that the one with the panda?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I will have to watch that later.
You do.
Don, what's on the network this week?
What's on the network this week? There Goes My Money, episode 37. Taobao with a little bit of official seasoning. On a very special There Goes My Money, we change things up a bit and venture into the land of Taobao. But first, Masterpiece Prowl gets an animated recolor that both adds and subtracts from the original. Then the fun begins as Diecast leads XV, Don, and Jason overseas where they discuss Diaclone, Beast Wars, and Bayverse knockoffs. And they finished up with the Transformers backpack that everyone pretty much agrees they would buy if any of them actually needed a backpack. RPG Lessons Learned, episode 43, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 5th edition D&D. This week on RPG Lessons Learned, Dusty, Brian, and Mike talk about their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adventures. The guys tried to introduce D&D to a good friend with some familiar nostalgia. Get the Skinny, episode 67, 275 pounds of lean body mass taking the tour of Italy. This week on Get the Skinny, John and Brian talk about how KFC ran out of chicken, Chipotle jumps on the Kiwi train, Brian discusses his new favorite toy, and Olive Garden tries out an odd new menu item. All that and more on this week's Get the Skinny.
I think Jason knows where that subject comes from. Or that title. Yeah. So Diecast, I know you did some reviews this week. What did you post?
I actually reviewed the Studio Series Bumblebee, Deluxe Series 01, Studio Series, whatever. And I liked him. He wasn't bad. I'm not too happy that he's downsized. I'm getting the feeling like this Studio Series is the direction that the War of Cybertron is going to go, which is downsized. I didn't realize how small it was till I actually did the review and put it next to some stuff.
Yeah. Well, Diecast, just remember, micro size has the power to surprise.
That's what you tell that's what you tell women, don't you?
Hey, keep it civil. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So again, tfradio.net/live. We love our live chat. And the reason I'm going to that is our friend Jared Hebert said, please tell Don he's a genius. I don't know where that came from or why.
Okay.
But Yeah.
Don's not even sure. He's like, oh sure.
Yeah.
Go me.
And yeah, so there you go. Remember, you can find this at tfradio.net/560. All the links in the show notes. Again, tfradio.net/live. Wednesdays around 7:30 Eastern time. It's so much fun. We love our chat.
And
we have the best chat ever.
And Brian, I did a tweet out to 7-Eleven telling them that since they're doing this in Japan, could they possibly look at bringing that Optimus Prime over for the U.S.?
I'm sure they saw it.
So I'm just saying. I'm saying if anybody else wants that Ultra Magnus 7-Eleven,
Make a hashtag for it.
yeah, or retweet it. You know,
7-Eleven
you
before Unicron. Hashtag
Yes.
7-Eleven before
Before
Unicron.
Unicron.
7-Eleven before Unicron.
I do. I would rather have this 7-Eleven Ultra Magnus than another Unicron.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
You know, we're not going to get as good a Unicron as we got for Armada.
I agree.
So
why even bother?
why even bother?
Well, it's just
Hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
7-Eleven before Unicron.
well. I think if they go
Train
with
bots before Unicron.
I think if they
Hey,
do,
Crasper, got asking for hashtags.
Yes.
Yes.
I think though if they do the same crowdfunding option like they're doing for Jabba Cell Barge, hopefully the Unicron won't be that expensive, obviously.
They should do
But-
the lamp.
But that but that would be the only way we would get a better Unicron in today's economic environment is if they had the money up front to do a better figure. Because if they tried doing one at just base retail, yeah, it probably would not be equivalent to the Armada Unicron. So,
Yeah.
you
Hey,
know,
real quick. So,
Gordon was super excited about the idea of crowdfunding Unicron at HasCon, at Toy Fair. He was excited about that.
So real quick, a couple of we actually got a couple text messages that I completely forgot about, and I just now remembered. So one thing here, just from, do I have a name? I don't. Just heard in one of the recent Toy Fair podcasts talked about need for a combiner cape. One already exists via third party. It was for the MMC Night Morpher line, but it should be more than large enough for a combiner. And there's a link to it. I mean, you guys probably Diecast, you probably knew about that, right?
What was that?
Oh, he wasn't listening. Never mind. So let's see here. Here's a photo of it. Oh, I didn't know about. No, I thought this was something else. So a cape for honor.
Oh, I
Guard
did
Morpher.
see that. I didn't know about them, but
Yeah. So yeah, it's what was the color? So in Zone, what was the color cape? Was it purple, Don?
I think there was several different colors. Purple for Predaking,
Yeah.
black
that's the
for
one I remember.
Minosaur. Black. I think Minosaur had black.
Okay. I
'Cause I think it was different colors.
My buddy Mark he bought a really nice sewing machine recently. He's very crafty and capable when it comes to making stuff. I may see if he can make me some capes for my combiners.
No capes.
No,
idea.
I love capes. And let's see, when does last text come through? What was that? What was that sound? Because I've heard it several times.
Could have been
I
me
don't
sniffling.
know.
It's just like a tick or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Hello, RFC. My name is Tom, and I love listening to RFC. Well, thank you, Tom. While I'm at work, what I love about this text, it's like a sentence at a time. So I'm going to have to follow through this. Anyway, I was keeping track of the Twitter updates from Toy Fair, and I noticed the next trilogy of Generations was going to be called War for Cybertron. I wondered if you guys think we'll get more obscure characters like Titan's Return, and we'll start off with figures and Cybertronian design similar to War for Cybertron / Fellow Cybertron, and possibly finish off with Rodimus versus Galvatron like G1 Season 3. So, yeah, I mean, we talked about that a little bit already, but there's a lot of potential with this. And if we can lean in heavily on Season 3 stuff, which I don't think we're going to get because they've firmly hunkered down on 1984. But if there's opportunity to get Season 3 stuff, I'm all about it.
Oh yeah.
I think there is a little bit of hope because I noticed in that one video clip that I think Anthony put up on YouTube that John Warden didn't just mention watching More Than Meets the Eye and War Dawn, he also specifically called out the Rebirth.
And Call of the Primitives.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Call of the
That's
Primitives. So I'm kind of hoping that might indicate a more varied selection than basically everything else we saw at Toy Fair would lead me to believe right now.
Well, it looks like the Orion packs, once it got in hand, became a lot more liked figure than people were expecting from the pictures. So since you basically got that animated Orion packs being popular, they're going to be looking at that more often now because they see the fans like that translation into a toy.
Although that didn't have an animated robot mode and vehicle mode. It just had the robot mode. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, but I'm saying if with that being a successful figure and people kind of liking this Orion packs, then they're going to be going to that well again more often than we would originally thought.
Yeah. Who knows? But I'm actually pretty excited. I can't wait to see what we get. Hey, a couple quick plugs. Rob, you mentioned tfu.info or Anthony's YouTube channel. I don't have a handy URL like you have for us, which is youtube.com/c/Radio Free Cybertron. But just Google tfu.info and YouTube and subscribe to Ant's channel. He's trying to get up his subscriber base and view count so that he can monetize his videos. And we love Ant. He's awesome. He's our buddy. Eric's going to appear on one of his podcasts soon. I've been on an episode or two. Anthony's awesome. I've literally known Anthony longer than Eric's been alive.
He's even had me on, so
Yeah.
I love him too.
Yeah. I've known Ant longer than anybody except for basically Chris and John, pretty much, in the fandom. So Ant's awesome. Plus, I was actually on a recent Patreon exclusive episode of Transmissions. What is it?
Declassified.
Yeah, Declassified. Episode 6, I think. So if you're a Patreon, a Donatreon for Transmissions, check it out. I'm there with Vangelis, Cybertronian Beast, and Charles. And we talk about the possible future, or we basically brainstorm on what we'd like to see out of the future Transformers movies. And Don just about sneezed into the camera, which would have been awesome. But that would have got our like count up. Like and subscribe. But yeah, check that out. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby and on the Instagrams at Brian Kilby, and I use Instagram quite a bit, which is amazing considering I didn't even know I had it up until like 6 months ago. We are on Twitter at TF Radio, on Instagram at TF Podcast, and on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. And please, if you're not already, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/C/Radio Free Cybertron, or I think it's also tfradio.net/YouTube. Diecast, tell us about RFC reviews.
You can subscribe to me on RFC Reviews at
youtube.com/RFC. It's tfradio.net/reviews, isn't it?
I don't know.
It is. I made a handy dandy short link so that people can find it. tfradio.net/reviews. And then watch it not work. No, it works. tfradio.net/reviews. That way people can just go straight there and subscribe. Diecast is like, please shut up. How do people get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Twitter at
tfradio.net/reviews. Sorry. At Diecast 2.
Or on the Facebook at Reviews by Diecast.
I thought you were going to have people friend you. Do you guys accept like friend requests from random people?
Only if I see they're in a group.
yeah, same. If I see them, like if there's someone that I know from groups, then I'll consider it. If it's someone that I've never even seen the name, nope.
If they're a Transformers fan, and I can tell, like they're in a group of Transformers fans, I'm fine with accepting them. And I don't post a lot on Facebook anyway.
I hate
so-
Facebook.
Me too.
I'm
not even on it.
I only have a Facebook account so that I can manage the Facebook TF Radio account. If I didn't have to do that, I would just delete it and forever forget it. So if you try to friend me or connect with me and you never hear back from me, it's because I don't look at it. Follow me on Twitter at TF Radio, at BKilby, and at TF Radio. And if you want to go to my troll account, it's at SoMedNinja. So, Eric, at SoMedNinja. Jason, I know you're going to follow that.
What?
You never
Wait.
know.
Eric, how do people get a hold of you?
You can find me on Twitter at Eric Crowbar. On that's all Rob Springer. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not me. And then on Instagram at Aramis Prime. And also check out Nerdy Geek Talk. That's my podcast network. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, pretty much anywhere you listen to this, you should be able to find it, including YouTube. Which is all younger folks, but still pretty much the same stuff, although we have a variety of shows, so it's just an interesting perspective.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Jason.
Please go find me at everlastingminute.com, where we're in week 2 of releasing our minute-by-minute podcast covering Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Second week, I am loving this. This is so much fun. I'm not for a second regretting doing a minute-by-minute.
That's crazy.
It is. I love it. I listen to each episode even though I recorded the dang things. I don't care. They are great. Please come check it out because it is so much fun.
Let's see here. Rob.
I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flailthroughs, and also on YouTube at Flailthroughs, currently playing Mobile Suit Gundam side stories. And, of course, the video work that Chris and I do for TFormers can be found on YouTube at TFormers TV.
Speaking of Chris, he is on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. Also on the Flickrs at flickr.com/ChrisRTXV. John?
That John D everywhere.
Don is at HMRC for EVR. We love you, Don. Don doesn't look like he's feeling well. So, people watching live, thank you so much for being here. We love you. We seriously do. You're the best chat in the whole freaking world. Join us, tfradio.net/live. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much. We'll see you.